Ambassador, first, thank you very much for our interview. We know you're very busy these days. We have the Two-State Solution International Conference. So, well, first of all, I guess, Ambassador, what do you think is the significance of this international conference?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. This conference is extremely significant because it has been convened during this genocidal war against our people in the Gaza Strip. So, among other things, it is a huge effort for forcing the option of peace instead of the option of the continuation of war. So therefore, we expect it to create enough collective pressure by the international community in Israel to stop this genocide against our people and this illegal action by Israel of using food and water as war weapons. So therefore, we believe that this conference is extremely significant. That's number one. Number two, after putting an end to this war, this conference is giving the Palestinian people hope that there should be a political horizon that requires the end of this illegal occupation as quickly as possible and allowing the State of Palestine to enjoy its sovereign independence on the land of the State of Palestine, all of the components of it, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, so that we can have the solution in which there is global consensus around it, which is the two-state solution. So the significance of this conference, all of these things, but by the great majority of nations that attended this conference, participated in the leadership of this conference, and agreed to the outcome document of this conference, including the 18 pages of the annexes of the final declaration.
With all due respect, we have so many, more than 140 member states participating in this international conference. You just mentioned about international pressure. But for the past 2 years or even further, we have international pressure. Does that work?
This time, those who participated agreed to the idea that this is action-oriented conference, meaning that each and every country is committed to take whatever practical steps available to them, and they are ready to use them in order to add to the practical pressure to stop the war in one hand and to end this occupation in the other hand and to have the two-state solution as a reality on the ground. That is the difference than all other meetings, all other conferences, all other resolutions before. This is action-oriented, ready to take action. So those who have not recognized the State of Palestine before and declare that they are now ready to do so, this is an investment in peace, an investment in saving the two-state solution, in addition to a huge outcry from the international community. Send food and humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Don't starve them to death. Open all the borders. Stop the war. Let's begin the reconstruction of Gaza, and let us give the Palestinian people hope by letting them enjoy freedom and dignity in their own independent and sovereign state.
You know, a couple of days ago, Ambassador of Israel, Mr. Danoon, said that this international conference is what he called a circus. And when he mentioned about the recognition of the State of Palestine by many countries or intentions, he said those are empty, hollow promises. What is your thought?
I think that he needs to review the history of Israel. In 1947, when the General Assembly adopted the partition plan to partition Palestine into two states, one of them became Israel. Was that a hollow resolution? They sometimes say, as we do also say, that that was the birth certificate of our state, and they say that it is the birth certificate of their own state. When you have now almost 160 countries recognizing the state of Palestine or intending to do it by September, this is all hollow, this is meaningless. This is, that the pressure of the international community is mounting now much harder and louder and more powerful than in 1947 when the partition plan resolution was adopted in the General Assembly. But he is, as a sore loser. He's losing every day here, and when he loses, he say that it is hollow promises. But when he fights so hard to convince countries not to do it, if it was hollow, then why would he fight, and Israel fight so hard to tell countries not to recognize? It is not hollow. It is very powerful and very strong, and eventually it will contribute in forcing Israel to go along with it.
But it takes more than one party to dance. And now, so far, did you really see the Israeli government want to have this two-state dance with Palestine?
They're not. Unfortunately, they're not. But maybe we are in the final chapter of this situation before the grand finale. They keep saying no, 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 until they cannot convince anyone left, especially if the United States of America finally to go along with this global consensus, then the Israelis will go along with it and accept the implementation of ending this illegal occupation and allowing the Palestinian people to enjoy freedom and dignity in their own independent sovereign states on the borders of the 1967 borders, including East Jerusalem. That day will come. Then we will find a partner to dance with us, whether they like it or dragged to the dancing floor by others to come and dance. But we're patient. We've been, working and accumulating all these gains until they cannot convince anyone, including their own people and different parties within the structure of Israel.